What's up, my Vina loves? It's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vina Entertainment News. As I quickly talk about myself, I'm going to show pictures that we did not get to see during the New York Fashion Week episode that I uploaded. So YouTube is a hobby, it's a passion. I love doing YouTube. However, I do have a computer science degree in website development. I have another computer science degree in visual communications, and I have a master's degree in creative writing because I love writing movies. I love the entertainment business and things like that. So that's my passion. So I have my plan B, and then I have my passion. So there will be times, so I do have a career outside of YouTube. So there will be times that, I might miss an episode here and there because I'm on a business trip, or outside of all of that, I do have my own businesses. As some of you have visited the link in the description below. So, I have a lot going on. So if I don't upload on time or as scheduled, I will always make sure that I at least upload a really fun-filled and jam-packed episode before I take a trip. Like you guys saw, Season 2, Episode 2 had a lot going on, right? And you guys enjoyed that episode. But I'll be back shortly. But hey, even though I'm on my trip, I'm still not forgetting about you all. I'm still going to upload. So even though I'm a few hours late with this upload, I'm still doing it. So let's go ahead and get into it. Most of you are aware that Bryan and Rachel are recovering from New York Fashion Week. They were in New York, they had a great time, but they're back in Dallas. As you can see this picture right here, doing the casual day out. Spending time with Copper, and getting back to the family thing. Here's Rachel. You can see, she is a dog owner with all of those on her dress. That's how you can tell. But anyways, they're back home, and as you can see, there's another image from their shoot. Remember the last episode I talked about how they broke the internet and all of that? Well, I knew they had more pictures coming. My goodness, look at them. Just incredible. They are so gorgeous. And there's another image here, the same thing, but it looks at the filter on this one is a little more defined. Rachel posted that image and she captioned it, "He constantly motivates me to be the best version of me. So blessed to have a life partner that always pushes me to strive in everything I do, especially those workouts that I really don't want to do sometimes." And of course, she gave a shout out to the photographer. And thank you so much again, Area Photography, for allowing me to use your image. Of course, Josiah was up in there. "I need y'all to put me onto your trainer." And then I always mess up her name. It's either Pauline or Pauline, but Bryan's best friend, who I talked about in the last episode, who encouraged him to go to the show. And so she played a part in this whole matchmaking, was in there with the emoji and all of that. So they're healthy, they're looking good and all of that. With all of the running around Fashion Week, from show here, show there, flying right back, to Dallas, and Rachel is still working. She's, finishing up her practice so she can move to LA with Bryan. They definitely deserve what they did in the next clip that I'm going to show. You already have a hint from the image right here, but they definitely deserve this treat.
Baby, I want to talk to you during this couples massage.
Don't play. Baby, don't play. Your mic is off. You guys.
What a massage.
No words.
Nordstrom in the mall. Nordstrom Spa. Killed it.
This right here is one of the reasons why they're moving to LA, because most of the things that they have to do is either majority are in LA, or a few might be in New York, and it's like getting on a plane all the time, traveling, because they might talk about having a normal lives, but it's not going to be normal for them anymore, So I completely understand, because they had to be right back on the plane, heading to New York, listening to some, music, and Rachel over here admiring her man and all of that. And they had to be right on the plane again, and you already know where they were heading to. That's why most of you are here I'm going to get into it and get straight to my review.
Wendy Williams show, we ready for you.
Oh, I know, I'm going to get into the interview, but let's talk about their fashion. Just look at their smile. Just look at them. I mean, it's like perfection. Nothing is perfect, but my goodness, what a stunning couple. And Rachel just looked amazing. A little bit of sexy, but not too much. The dress and his Bryan's suit complementing her dress, her smile, just everything. And I love how attentive he is to her. Look at him on the picture in the left, and you're like, okay, he's holding her hand, big deal. But this is what he captioned on the Insta Snap. She captioned, "Find a man that won't let you fall through the cracks." And although that statement was, literal for that moment, it speaks volumes for life, period. To make sure you are with someone who have your back and will make sure to not watch you fall, and that if you do fall, they are there to be by your side and to catch you or hold you up. So that right there, that moment, even though it was simple and literal, is also a very powerful message. So she was about to walk right into that, and he was like, not on my watch. So Bryan and Rachel walking down the street. There they go. They arrived at the show. Rachel smiling as usual, taking her pictures. Them again. Get on the couch. They're smiling, looking in love, and this is what they get to the couch do. This face right here. So Rachel comes out, she's so sweet. She's smiling and she's excited. I can't turn the volume up for copyright reasons, but she's smiling. She looks beautiful. Wendy's giving her that fake hug and about to give her some shoe cam, and right here she's like, yeah, I'm ready. Beautiful. She looks gorgeous as ever. Rachel sits down on the couch, and they dive right into it. Wendy asking her questions. Why would she do a show like this? She's successful. Her father is a judge. She have an incredible family, have an incredible life. She's a beautiful woman. Why would she come on reality television to find love? And how she did it because she wanted to be on TV, and it wasn't because of love, because she doesn't believe that she found love that quickly. And Richard told her, no, I have never seen an episode of The Bachelorette. I did this because my co-worker nominated me to do this, not because I have seen the show and I was seeking fame, So Wendy just, went there and basically asked her about if she felt the pressure of choosing a black man, because she's a black woman. She talked about that. She said, yes, she did. She also talked about Bryan having some flavor to him because he's Colombian. And Wendy basically said, well, if the cops pull Bryan over and threw him to the floor, they don't see Colombian or black, they see a white man. And so they talked about that. And then, of course, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Bryan coming out. And then I'm going to go ahead and just give my final thoughts of what I really feel about the interview. So the video of Bryan walking out was banned, so I can't include that in here. But yes, an image of him on a couch with Rachel. He came out. Basically, Wendy was very disrespectful to him. She knew the type of doctor he was. She said it before he came out. Rachel said it before he came out. But the moment he came out, she intentionally said a different type of doctor's name. And when he corrected her, she then said, oh yeah, because the one I said before that's where the money is. So basically saying the type of doctor he is, basically downplaying his role. You know how people downplay a dentist, and then I'm not saying Bryan is a dentist, I'm just using an example. You say if you're a dentist, you're not a real doctor. You're not in a hospital, opening hearts and stuff. Doctor is a doctor no matter what field they're in. If they went to school, they study for it, and they have that doctor in front of the name, they're a doctor. But anyway, so that was that. And Richard said to him, make her a believer, baby. And I'm going to go ahead and insert this next clip here. And I'm going to go ahead and give my final thoughts after that. So after all the badgering, Rachel said that Whitney is invited to the wedding and she's gonna make Whitney a believer. And look at the face that she gave Rachel, that stink face, just disrespectful. So after it was all said and done and the interview was over, they were saying leaving. Look at his hand placement. He is so protective of her. It could have turned into a cute prom picture, but yeah, they were saying leaving the headquarters of Wendy Williams' show. Fans had to say on Twitter, after Richard and Bryan was, done with the show, well, it's exactly why she would never have any A-lister on her show. Besides J-Lo, celebs hate how rude she is, and I'm embarrassed for her at times. And, just go ahead and read it yourselves here. So basically, people were just saying, why are they even saying, thank you to Wendy when she was disrespectful? And people are very supportive, telling them congratulations and that they're wishing them well. We know Wendy had to ask her tough questions. It's all in love and they are quite happy, so it's all good. And this person responded, except she didn't ask any tough questions. She was just rude. Saying he's not a real doctor was ultra disrespectful. I completely agree with that. But yeah, man, I'm going to go ahead and just discuss it more and it will be all set. They were very gracious. Bryan went to took the Instagram. Thanks to at Wendy Show for having us. We had so much fun. Rachel, a huge thanks to the Wendy Show for having me. I'm a super fan and she tried me, but I was ready. I can't wait to come back and make you a believer. So it's beautiful that through all of the mess, they're still keeping it classy. And that's basically what it is. Never allowed people to take you out of character. I always use this quote, he who angers you controls you, and that's true. They understand that Wendy is messy. That's what she's there for. And they, answer all of the questions with so much class and with a smile on her face. Even when Wendy was straight out disrespectful, she still had a smile on her face. And so did Bryan. To say about the interview, I completely understand that, Whitney Williams is the face of the show, the brand and all of that. And she also hosts the show. But at the end of the day, it's a collective effort. You have people behind the scene that there might be some interviews that Whitney don't want to do, and the producers might be like, listen, man, we need a ratings. This person is hot right now, popping right now. You have to do this interview. And in that case, put all of your differences aside, the pettiness aside, and be a professional person. I completely understand that being messy is her thing. And I'm not saying, go away from that. But you can still have an interview, be funny without being disrespectful. People like Whitney and Wendy and some people on reality television always say, people don't like me because I'm real. You can be real without being disrespectful. You can be real without being loud. You can be real without jumping on tables. You can be real without putting your hands on someone. You understand what I'm saying? So when you can be real. You can ask the questions. You can go there without being flat out rude. She was flat out rude and disrespectful. And trust me, I'm here for Whitney when she comes for, people and asks those questions. But first of all, at least watch a few seconds. Watch the final episode. Show some respect. It's like almost like your show is beneath me. You're on my couch. I didn't watch the show. I don't give a F. That's the attitude she had. Like, talking about her audience, they watched the show, so that's how she knows, and she read things here and there in magazine. If you're interviewing someone, do some form of research. That shows respect. It was just so disrespectful the way how she treated Rachel. And then this face right here, of course I had to conclude it with this face. I understand you don't believe in it. There's nothing wrong with having your own opinion. We can all agree to disagree. But want to insult her fiance with the type of doctor that he is? Like, come on. He went to school. He's educated. He put in work. He spent years doing that. And I'm not upset. I'm just giving my review of the interview of, did you think she was rude? And my response is yes, I feel like she was rude. There's a way that she could have relayed her message to Rachel without being disrespectful, especially the part about Rachel finding and falling in love. And she goes flat out, no, you didn't do the show because of that. You did the show because you want fame, you want to be on TV. And when Rachel told her, I have never seen an episode of the show, she has seen her face. So I'm sure you guys saw the interview. Her face dropped. She was like, no, my co-workers nominated me, you know? So, you know, what I like is through it all, they stay classy. They understand that's what she does for a living, and it's all good. And hey, we were given the opportunity to be on your couch. We came, we sat down, and we're good. At the end of the day, we love each other. You know, I will love to make you a believer, but if not, Bryan and I will still be here. So that's all I have to say about it. Yes, I agree that she was disrespectful, that she was rude, but at the end of the day, that's her thing. People love messy, and you know, that's just what it is in this day and age, man. People love messy, and Whitney is messy. So when it was all said and done, they were right back on the plane back in Dallas. This is a video right here I'm going to insert with Bryan driving around and getting there with Copper.
Someone has pooped from all the fun he had at daycare. Just got right in the car and fell asleep.
Bryan and Rachel did send their thoughts out to the terrible situation in Mexico, and also Puerto Rico and other places in the Caribbean of the hurricane. I had downloaded those messages, but for some odd reason, when I went to do the video, they're not there. So, but they did, Bryan and Rachel did post about that, and I'm sending my thoughts and prayers to all of those people that lost family members and the survivors that are going through the recovery process right now. We're praying for you all. There you have it, my Vina loves. I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. I'm wishing you all an amazing day. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. And yes, I am aware that I do not have to explain myself when I can't post a video. However, because I'm just talking and I'm not putting the camera in my face yet to have that on-screen connection with you all, and you're just hearing my voice, every time I feel like I have the opportunity to let you guys get to know me a little bit, I'm going to do that. So I didn't have to explain my education and that I have other jobs outside of YouTube. I know that, but I just wanted to so that you guys could get to know me a little bit. All right, guys, have a great day. God bless.